Hi everyone, we're gonna talk today about blood groups. Pretty common thing, but it's a lot of people are still having some troubles with it. So let's go through the basics of blood group. As we all know, there are 4 blood groups, A, B, AB, and O. Basically, it's called the ABO blood grouping system. So let's start how we actually get the naming and all. For a very long time, people were dying of unknown causes because people were not aware of their blood group, and in blood transfusion, the blood did not match and it caused a lot of unnecessary deaths, or we can say easily curable deaths. So these are the few red blood cells I have drawn. So what happens is the naming of the blood groups depend upon certain antigens, or let's say certain receptors that are present on the surfaces of red blood cells. And these receptors are usually lipid and glycoprotein in nature. Either types of the biomolecules can be there. So what happens is the A blood group people, they have the antigen A on the surface of the red blood cells, and the B blood group has the antigen B, which I have used different shapes and colors to differentiate. And the AB, from the name, it's pretty obvious that it has both the antigens of A and B. But on the other hand, the O blood group has actually come from 0, which is also known as O. So the O blood group doesn't have any of the antigens on its surface. Along with the antigens, our blood system also have antibodies. So what happens is we have certain kind of antibodies depending on the kind of antigen we have in our body. So if it's a blood group A, then we would have the antibody anti-B antibody. Because a very easy way to think is if we had anti-A antibody, then it would be acting on the A blood group and killing its own cell. So it has the anti-B antibody, which will work on any cells like B. If any B blood group comes inside the body of A, then these anti-B antibodies are going to eliminate it in the process of agglutination. Okay, so likewise, the B blood group would have anti-A antibody, and when both AB antigens are present, then it doesn't have any antibody, so we write 0 over here. And when we have the O blood group, then we have both the anti-A and anti-B antibodies. So from these we can actually identify which among these are the universal donor and recipients of blood group, because you see from this chart that the blood group AB, it has no antigens. It has no antibody, which makes it obvious that it can receive blood from any group and it will have no agglutination reaction because it doesn't have any antibodies. And likewise, the group O, it has all the antibodies, so it cannot accept any blood groups other than O because it has both of the antibodies. So what happens, when it gets blood from A, B, or AB, it will cause an agglutination reaction, and thus the name O. So the universal donor is the O blood group because it can donate everyone, as it doesn't have any antigen on its surface, so it's not going to cause any reaction on the other blood groups. But the antibody AB, it can receive all the kinds of blood, so it's universal recipient. Okay, that's all. Thank you.